I am Yvonne with Back to Earth Creations, and welcome to this week's live stream. I am horribly behind, but that's fine. Hey, Sabea. Hey, Witch and Gnome. Hey, Erica. Hey, Yvette. Hey, Patty. Oh, goodness. Hey, Al. How's it going? No Pants Friday. Hey, Pro. Ooh, I gotta get my band-aid on so y'all don't have to look at my creepy finger. It's getting better. It is. It's still just kind of creepy looking though. Friday says, my man Beast is ooh, goodness, but I'm not gonna read that out loud. Yeah, I'm with Sabaya on this one. Save that for the after party. Oh, just a soothing back rub. Oh my gosh, that sounds nice. My poor man Beast is ill. Randy talked his throat absolutely raw whenever we were playing D&D. So he has been on basically Randy bed rest. So hey J-Max, hey Michelle, hey DJ. Okay, let me get my tablet set up. And we'll steal my little stand back from Maddie. She has been, y'all, this has been like the most amazing day. Even though my poor Randy is sick and has been sleeping all day. Because I don't think it's just laryngitis. Like, I think he caught, like, he's just a bit of a, I don't know. He's ill, and he's, like, anytime that Randy's like, I think I need to lay down, I'm like, you must be hurting, because he never takes time off or, like, breaks or anything, so. I'm fighting COVID. Oh no, Sherry. Still too sick to sit up. Well, I hope you get to feeling better. Being sick sucks. Hey, Sherry Tattoo. Hey, Grammy. What are we making today? I was going to be doing some bead strung bracelets. Just stringing pretty beads together. Hey, Jamie in Maine. But Maddie's made like almost 60 pairs of, yeah, she's made 60 pairs of earrings today. And she's an absolute champion, you guys. So, like, this is the inventory that we've made so far this week. This is the inventory that we made last week. And, oh, it's getting heavy. This is the inventory that we made in the couple of weeks before that. So our production is down a little, but we are keeping it going, and that's what's important. Whew. And let me get my tripod set up. There we go. Okay. Hoping for a speedy recovery, right, Sabea? Robin says, gotta go find my coffee cup. I just downed the rest of mine. I turned it into a protein shake. It was pretty good. Oh, well, thank you, Dana. She says, I love your curls. Maddie cut my hair, y'all, and she did phenomenally. She cleaned up the part on the back, and I have to say, it makes like such a huge difference. And I absolutely love it styled like this. Like, I feel like a goddess today, like a little goddess of rage and laziness. Hey, Tim. Hey, Lydia. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let me get this loaded. Click the button. Go ahead. Ah! Let me get this. There we go. Gonna put it on live chat so I see everybody's comments. There we go. And let's flip this camera around and get right to work. Hey, Jax's mom. Okay, let me flip this around. It's a beautiful day outside today, you guys. Like, oh, and the hummingbirds started coming and visiting me again. which I did not realize was so important to me. So I was like, please come back, little hummingbirds. I love you. And then they did, and it was awesome. Okay, still gonna fiddle with the tripod just a little bit more. Ooh, it says Utah is extra sunny. Okay, I will check my email, Jack says Mom. Uh-oh. Entangled. Uh-oh. There we go. Okay. Oof, thunderstorms all day. Possibly, Mary Jones. If you sent us an email and we haven't replied, go ahead and send us another one. It's a good possibility that your email got eaten by the spam filter. So go ahead and send us an email again. Thank you. I'll let Randy know that you told him to feel better soon. I'm hoping he will too. I miss him. Like, I miss his cheery voice and laugh and stuff. Okay, so I'm trying to get a good zoom level where the phone's not like completely up in my face. But let's see. Maybe if I go like this. Oh, for the giveaway, Mary? I think we've shipped to you. No, go ahead and send us an email, and we'll reply to you with your tracking information, because your package should be arriving any day now. These are not the droids you're looking for. So what I'm working with today, it's still kind of zoomed out far, isn't it? Ooh, Grammy says my first project ever. So excited. That is exciting. I'm going to go ahead and take just a pinch out of these little 3mm brass toned beads. And also, if it's like loud, it's because I have a fan on me, because it's not the hottest it could be, but it's definitely warm enough. And we don't really run the air conditioner in this room because it is horribly loud. Hey Retro, how's it going? Ooh, Penny in Wales says, Vaughn, what would I do with a very fine there's not in the thing. I will focus. What would I do with very fine colored wire I got given a load of? Ooh, those might be really good for making like wire trees, even if it's more of like a fantastically colored wire tree. You could do something like that. Also, using it as like a weeding wire around thicker wires can be really good also. And that's just a couple of things right off the top of my head. Hey Sharon, well, I'm glad you could make it. Barbara, I'm so glad. The edits that y'all did on our videos were just phenomenal, by the way. Squirrel, where? Okay, so I need to dig out more of these little bead caps, and I think I have them right here. Yes. Oops. So I'm just going to grab a little pinch. That should be enough to get us through. But these bead caps that I'm using are scalloped 4x1. They came in a package of 500, which I love that. But they're from Fire Mountain Gems. I don't know if that's too blurry or what. And I finally got my hands on some 49 strand beadalon, which I've been using the 7 strand stuff for so long, I had forgotten how much I prefer the 49 strand. It's just so much more substantial feeling. Miss Meadow says, I have my first craft show tomorrow. I'm so excited. I bet. How are you feeling? Are you feeling ready? Are you terrified, nervous? Like, all all of the above. So I'm using serpentine and moss agate in conjunction with enameled like brass toned components today. And I'm just going to be kind of chilling out. Let me see if I can't get this charging cable not down by my feet. Whoops. There we go. Okay. That should hopefully work. And so now we'll kind of drop those two. I'm thinking about just going full on naked creepy finger. Like if y'all don't like the way that looks by now, then I don't know if I can help you. Like but it's just I lose so much of my tactile function with a band-aid on. Ooh, April has a great suggestion. She says fine wires are also good for kumihimo and Viking knit. It's really good suggestions, April. Thank you. Okay, sometimes these two will get they'll get kind of smushed together because they're quite thin. And sometimes I can't tell if it's one or two. That one was two. Well, that's a good question. Nancy says, what do you guys think about Facebook Marketplace? I personally haven't used it, so I don't know anything about its usability or any associated fees or anything, but I personally might actually recommend it over starting in Etsy. Just, you know, if you're already using Facebook and your friends already use Facebook and you do like Facebook Lives and stuff like that to market your product, it might just be a natural kind of extension. But yeah, definitely, give it a shot. Sometimes you just don't know if something's going to work for you until you try it. And it is okay to try something and be like, oh, this is not for me, and then move on to something else. Like, some people will be like, oh, and even I have felt like, in situations like that, as much as I tell other people, no, don't feel like you failed, like, I'll still have felt like I failed if something that I tried didn't work out. But it's no, you didn't fail because you learned, and you can take that knowledge with you to your next place where you may find or create more success. So it's easier said than done, but you can do it. So I think this is more than enough for a bracelet, but I'm gonna string it up and see. Oh, what's up? Tim says, is it just me? Oh yeah, here, let me see if turning the fan down. So no, it's on low. Maybe if I turn it just a bit. How's that? Cut the sticky part of the band-aid to fit your nail. Gets rid of the bulk on your finger pad. Ooh, Droma, that's a good idea. I'm gonna do that real quick. In fact, actually, y'all, I'm just gonna go full naked creepy finger. If anybody in the comments is like, ew, then, shut up. That's all I've got to say. So, but yeah, I can't feel much of anything. But it's not nearly so bad. Once I passed, like, there was like a blood blister that was like stuck underneath it. And that was like really, bleh. But I'll still wear band-aids for in the tutorials, but this is a live stream. You clicked on my face. Mew, ew. Nakey fingy. Oh, I do like to feel the breeze on it, though. There you go. Oh, goodness, April. Ah, Lisa says my CDL school bus test is scheduled for Tuesday. Good luck to you. Paige says we all have working hands. That's fair. Okay, so now I'm going to zoom out just a hair, possibly. Nope, that was the wrong way. There we go. So I'm going to pull, yeah, I certainly don't need 12 inches, but we're going to go ahead and do 12 inches of the Beadalon 49 strand bead stringing wire. And this is completely different than wire that I would wire wrap with. Like this is specifically a beading wire, and I really like it because it's multiple, like you can see on the little diagram here. It's multiple little wires that are like twisted together into a rope, and then it's covered in this like coating. So very, very sturdy and durable for when you're making jewelry. Now where in the heck is the thing that I was... Alright, I gotta move the tripod again. Here it is. Maybe? Yes. Okay, so these are the crimp beads. I'm shooting for 7.5 inches on the bracelet. So I've set out 4 of these. They're round crimp beads. Now, I have 2 different ways of crimping that I like to do, and I'll probably end up demonstrating both in this live stream because I have this super handy magical crimping tool that was sent to me very generously. But typically, for the round crimp beads, I like to use just a regular traditional crimp bead plier. Hey, Elijah. Hey, Missy. And then this is the magic crimper. Let me grab the packaging. And this one I really like to use for tube beads. So, magical crimp forming tool. Transforms 2mm tubular crimps into round beads. And honestly, it does a really good job. Whoa, what? Oh, gotcha. But yeah, so, boom, 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 boom. I love it when they put pictures on stuff. But I like the round ones because I can just go, bang, bang. And quite frankly, they don't work well with this. This works really only on tubular stuff. Tubular. That's the word I could say more. Tubular. Except for it really just describes shapes. Totally. This is Stephanie. Hey, Anna. Tracks. Okay, so I'm also going to steal some rings from the child. Thank you, Maddie. These are 18 gauge 1/8 inch rings, and these are going to be what I'm using for the ends. I've lost my other plier. I know it's my yellow handled ones. I think I dumped them into the bucket. Aha! There they are. We are making jewelry. But I'm going to go ahead and close these rings. I'm going to close one of them. And then the other one, I'm going to put a clasp on it. Where in the heckins? There it is. No, Penny, I love it when you send me emails. And we're actually caught up on emails now. So if y'all sent us an email and we didn't get back to you, please, thank you for your patience first off, but please send us another one because it's a good possibility that it got caught in our spam filter. But Maddie's been helping us. She is our administrative assistant. And she retrieved me from the garden today when I was supposed to be working because I went out to do something and got like completely distracted. And then she just like appeared on the front porch and I was very guiltily wrestling like with a garden hose and a plant. And she was just like, "What you doing?" And I was like, "Uh-oh." So it's fine. Oh, Stephanie, I really want to do the concrete paving video that you sent for doing like the concrete big flagstones for in our patio area and on the west side of the house in that like kind of shady path. Just because I need to do a price estimate and see how it compares to just buying the flagstone. Drax's mom says, "Crack that whip, Maddie." But no, I'm very excited just about existing in general. Oh, Kit says I was waiting to send any emails until you were caught up. Maddie helped me get, in a week, we got whittled down from close to, I think, 200 emails to just like we're like caught up. There are no unread emails. I think right now there are actually some unread ones that I need to get to, but we sit down each morning together, and she makes me do my work, and she does some of her stuff. So if y'all get any emails signed from Maddie, those are from Maddie, which is amazing. Regis is Vaughn be busted. Yeah, that's okay though. Because really, I didn't mean to be out there for that long. I just got super sidetracked. Because all I was supposed to be doing was refilling the hummingbird feeders. And I was supposed to do that yesterday. But I got like half of them done. And then I played with a bunny for a little bit. Um, but he wanted out of his cage. So I let him out of his cage. And he like ran around in the chicken coop and startled the chickens a whole bunch, which delights him. And then I put him back in his cage, and then I went and I was like, oh no, this fountain needs filled up. So I actually forgot to fill up the fountain. But whenever I got the hose, I went and um, started watering the porch plants. But then the hose had a kink on it, and it's like 100-foot hose because it's two 50-footers strung together. And so you have to like rat maze track down everywhere in the yard that I've been dragging this hose to find where the kink is. But so yeah, other than filling up that fountain. Oh, and then I pulled some weeds somewhere in there as well. So I have not seen hummingbirds at the fountain yet. Actually, the fountain that I had made in the video broke. Like the fountain itself stopped working. So I'm like, ugh. But same fountain model, different fountain location is working just fine. So I think using that fountain without a fountain box, um, it just gets clogged way too easily. So I think on something that birds are going to be in, I definitely need to set up some sort of easily cleanable, like a filter box to keep the fountain itself from getting clogged up because then it gets burnt out. So hey Kim, we are making some just bead strung bracelets. Because since Randy's been sick this week, he usually takes care of our bracelet production numbers for our booth, but I've got his back. But yeah, I like the way that that sits together. Just that little bit of a bead cap keeps stone on stone action from happening. One thing certainly does lead to another, Droma. Oh, thank you. I think just letting them have some time off, because with like I didn't realize how quiet and like kind of lonely Randy and I are all the time when it's just the two of us in the house. And so to go from not really talking that much, because we still talk to each other, but Randy and I don't really have new stories to share with each other or, things like that. We just enjoy being in each other's company. But when Maddie's here, like we're all blah, 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 like nonstop. Um, and so I think poor Randy just wore his throat out. And then like it got so raw from talking, and then he got a little bit of like maybe a strep infection or something. So Sherry says I'd still be playing with the bunny. And then Sherry, a hummingbird and I scared the crap out of each other because I was hanging the hummingbird feeder back up, and it was swooping in to get a drink, and I was still holding it, and it because they hum so loud that I was like, I thought the biggest hornet like ever was fixing to just eat my face. It was fine. It was just a bird. But me and the bird both were like, what? Like curse word bleeps. Ooh. Ah, Mary Hart says, I have seen hummingbirds in a video playing in a fountain that has stone steps with a similar water flow to yours, but there is more ledge space for them to land. Right on. Ah, thank you, Retro. I'll let him know. But he works so hard all the time. It's kind of I wish it didn't take him getting sick for him to take some time off. But honestly, I'm the same way, so I can't get too rough on him. Ooh, I think I opened it, Pro, but I haven't had a chance to reply to you. I'm sorry. I hate leaving folks on red. Oh, he's got like strep throat or something. Yeah, I actually really like that. That's looking pretty cool. And this is, I thought this was serpentine. This might be blue tiger's eye. Because that has like a really nice chatoyant flash in it, like right there. Hey, Tashers, how's it going? And thank you guys so much for doing the @Yvonne Williams. That helps tremendously in me noticing that you're asking me a question or addressing me, because otherwise I just think y'all are talking to each other, which is awesome. But it's a bit difficult for me to keep up with chat and craft. Yeah, I think this might be tiger's eye, you guys. Like, check that out. Like, I know it's blurry. Maybe if I put it here, where, because, like, that's perfectly clear. But then when I try to put a bead there, my phone's like, no. Inventory hustle here as well. I'm gonna zoom in, maybe. Nope. That's just all kinds of. No, no, we don't have health insurance. Ooh, favorite bead shape. Hmm. Oh, that's a tricky one. And that's out so far, you can't see what I'm doing. I'm just gonna sit here and fiddle about. Probably round. I really like round beads. I can figure out how to use them in just about anything. And I really like the way they look with bead caps. But I also like ovals and square beads look really cool. Faceted rounds are really, really pretty. Like, because you could even take like red jasper and facet it, and suddenly it's become sparkly. And I do like a good sparkle. Hamzilla says, I'm new and trying to figure out what shape I like. Right on. I also personally really love stuff made with chip beads because it adds such this like chaotic vibe to whatever it is that I'm working on and just really lets the beauty of the stone show off in all sorts of different ways. And they're hecka affordable for the most part. Oof. Fluffy Kitty says, I understand about getting sick. I have 3 Viking shows back to back. I'm doing rush crafting to keep up with inventory. Right on. Oh, you're good, Retro. Paige says, inventory making here, lol. Thanks for the Byzantine tutorial. Oh, yeah. No, a whole lot of our tutorials lately are just going to be, I'm hoping to have another masterclass, wire wrapping masterclass video this coming week. So we'll see how that goes. But I was just going to do some make this jewelry, like project videos that just takes you, even though it's repeating techniques that we've covered in other tutorials, and lots of techniques that are in no way original to what we're doing. But it's just sometimes, especially as a beginner, it can be really handy to see this is how I start the project, this is how it looks, through not quite being done yet, and this is how it looks when it's like, this is how we finish it. Ooh, Tasher says, question, I was watching an older live. You mentioned altering stuff in the booth and trying to make things bigger so you could go smaller. You reduce the cost when making smaller. No, we take that kind of as a labor fee. And it'd probably be different if we were working in like sterling silver or something like that, where there is a significant material difference. Whenever we're removing some of the material, but for stuff like the anodized aluminum and stretchy, we have such a minimal profit margin on those anyways. And we've never really had anybody request it. We've actually received tips for making stuff smaller or larger for folks. So, ooh, Retro says, I think my wife would watch those since she would be interested in getting into wire wrapping. Right on. Hey, Dorothy, I'm so glad you enjoy what we do. Ah, Maureen says, hi, Yvonne. I'm a longtime fan and student, first-time chatter. Well, hey, welcome to the chat. Kit says, I'm working on another bracelet, but my eyes are too blurry to continue, so I'll just watch the live and check chat once in a while. Right on, Kit. Okay, I'm going to measure this real quick. It's off screen, but I've got a ruler kind of sawed into the edge of my table. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, we're getting close. I guess I could have just used the measurement here. Ooh, Liz says, did you ever do a tutorial on the figure of 8 wire-wrapped doodads that you put on sides of pendants, sometimes on your necklaces? That's actually what our next masterclass is going to be, Liz. 10 points to Gryffindor. You guessed what our next tutorial is. But yeah, I figure that project is a really good, like, introduction to weaving. And really helps, like, an otherwise very, very beginner-friendly project to look much more intermediate or even advanced. But it's still a pretty beginner-friendly weaving technique. And Slytherin for the win. There we go. Just shift the tripod. Okay, let me measure this one more time. And this is why I like to do the clasp first as well, is so that 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and a half. Perfect. Is so that I can measure and see where it's at with the clasp included. Are you planning on doing more pumpkin wraps this year? Or maybe a broomstick? Oh, a broomstick would be so cool, you guys. Well, now we're gonna have to do that. Yes. To answer your question, now it is yes. Okay, so we've strung all of our beads. What you looking for?
One of the fairies were broken.
Oh no. Okay. So I'm going to slide on the crimp bead. I'm going to slide on a 3mm bead. And then another crimp. I just lost the crimp bead. Okay, adventure time. I get to go spelunking. Oh god, I haven't swept in ages. Maddie, why do I live like this? I don't know, she says. Because I just got done cutting like a whole bunch of what you call them, beep boop chains. So there's like a bunch of tiny little metal chains all over the floor. So I'm just gonna dig out a fresh crimp bead. There we go. Polymer clay masterclass would be cool. Right on. Honestly, I still, even after all this time, I still don't feel like I'm very good with polymer clay. Like I just use the same like 3 or 4 beginner techniques on every project. Okay. So, I did a crimp bead, a 3mm bead, and now I'm doing another, let's see if it works this time. Another crimp bead, there we go. And then I'm going to hook through. You could use a welded or soldered ring. I'm just using a butted 18 gauge 1/8 inch. And now I'm going to thread our end here. This is tricky to do through the phone's eyepiece. So, there we go. And I'm going to thread this back through at least an additional inch just because, I don't know. So, or until it gets too tight. Sometimes I'll get to a bead that it just won't fit through. There we go. Sometimes it takes a little bit of fiddling, but with persistence you'll get there. So you can kind of see maybe how I've got that strung through. What's above the 5mm hash? Oh, that's like a little, I don't know, like shed of something metallic, but it's not an actual bead, it's just shiny. Okay. So I'm gonna thread on just a little bit more. Because you don't have to do 2 crimp beads. I'm personally very hard on bracelets. So I like to do a little bit extra just to give it a bit more secure, like stability. Okay, so you can see that's how much through that much. And we've got 1 crimp and then a second crimp. And that way it's just that redundancy helps if one of them fails. So I'm going to pull it down and then slide everything down a bit. And then I'm going to holding on to this wire so I'm not just swimming in circles. And now that's far enough that I can pull it down all the way to where all the beads are nice and tight. And then I'm going to grab this wire again and pull that down. Not so tight that I can't fit my pliers in. And I'm going to do this inside bead first. So again, I'm going to come in, crimp pliers have a kidney bean and a round. So I'm going to do the kidney bean side first because that puts a little dimple into the crimp bead, and then I'm going to turn it so that it closes the little mouth that the kidney bean made. So again, let's see if I can, it's going to be blurry. And if y'all want, I can do a tutorial on this. So it's not blurry. Let me know in the comments. Hey Tadashi, I'm doing great. So yeah, we're gonna get in there. Oh my god, this is so horribly blurry. Phone. You've got like 3 lenses. Why are you like this? Probably because there's cheese on it. Okay, give me just a sec. So, pro tip. If you want to get photography of your chickens and you just put a bunch of cheese on the outside of your phone over by the camera lens, they will go for the cheese and you can get slow motion footage of them coming up to the camera lens. So, well, it's still blurry, but oh, Christina, I am using 49 strand beadalon. Dun dun dun. And also, shameless self-promotion. We do a vlog channel where I post videos of my chickens. So if you guys are into that, head on over to the Vonster vlog. I don't even know if I got any of that on camera. But yeah, a little smush. Go get the cloth you use for your glasses. Oh yeah. I'll get that next time. The leftover cheese grease is a beauty filter, makes everything soft looking. Oh, that's awesome, Sabea. That's actually a really good idea. Well, probably not actually a really good idea, but probably should not be rubbing cheese all over my phone. This is exactly how we get bears. Okay. It's still blurry. And now we know about the cheese lens. That's fair. Bye-bye, Maddie.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
2 more earrings.
You're awesome. That's 70 earrings today.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, Maddie. Go check and make sure that Randy's still breathing. Okay. So that is how live, learn, and eat cheese, right? That's fair, Kit. I really... I see you, hummingbird. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I put just a little bit of extender chain on this, and I use our chainmail kit. Well, I'm super glad that y'all are here to keep me company. So I just do 5 18 gauge 1/8 inch rings. Or no, not 1/8 inch. 18 gauge 3/16. I don't know what that is in chicken nuggets for all you not like all you metric users. Oh, and that's only 4. That'll do though. Ooh, I do actually. I actually have some opal and some opal light. And that's how I do the extender chain. It's not super fancy, but it works. And this will probably sell for like $10 or $15 out of our booth. Oops, somebody just flushed something down the toilet upstairs. Tasher said I would also fall for that trap. Ooh, goodness, Elijah. But yeah, I think I have enough beads to make a duplicate of this, and so I'm going to. But now I actually have a number that I can, because that's anytime that you're trying to make inventory for like your booth or your website or something, and you feel kind of strapped on brain power for coming up for fresh designs. Ooh, hey Rhonda. I'm going really well. How are you doing? But yeah, anytime that you're like it's it for like your backstock or something. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of our big beads. Okay, cool. I'm back. If at any point, guys, the stream buffers and like it crashes, I will be back. I will just say be right back in the chat. And then I have to like restart my phone, and then we will, like when we're back, we'll say back in the chat. So sorry, brain freeze. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make 3 of this bracelet. I think I have enough of this stuff for it. 2, 3, 4, 5. I might be able to make 4. I know that that's like mega exciting for y'all to watch, but this is the glamorous life of making inventory. 3, 4, 5. Oh, so close. 6, 7, 8. I'm 1 short, y'all. Well, I might make them into rings. That's what we'll do, I think. Is turn these other guys into wire wrapped rings. Dana, great. Now I want grilled cheese. Y'all, okay, so I'm mega nervous about. Too nervous. I'm excited. Tomorrow is my week 2 weigh-in day for being sugar-free. Oh, I almost saw a hummingbird use the other hummingbird feeder. They really prefer the ones with the little stands on them. Nice, Elijah. Immersing yourself in it. Hey, Silver. She says, I've been watching your videos that pop up from 4 and 5 years ago and even 2 weeks ago and finally catching your live stream. Well, I'm glad you were able to come and make it and that you enjoy what we're doing. Oh, Rhonda, I am using Beadalon 49 strand bead stringing wire, and I just got this like on Amazon. I have also used some that I can't find. There it is. Ooh. Okay. How much? Oh my goodness. Oh gosh. This stuff, also Beadalon brand, but the 7 strand. And the 7 strand is, well, first off, it costs like half as much for 3 times as much, but it's great for if you have some very small hold beads that you're using. Like I like using this for like pearls and stuff. Good night. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Yes, I'm going to be scooching this bead down. That's a good point, Anna. She says, don't be disappointed if there's been little to no change. It takes time for your metabolism to switch gears. Yeah, I'm hoping to have at least not gained back from where I was, because I lost 6 pounds last week, which is like the most I've ever lost in a week in my entire life. And I hadn't even really reduced my calories that much. It was just cutting out the sugar. So I think I lost a lot in like inflammation, like alone. Okie dokie. So again, much like with our chainmail, it is super riveting because I'm just laying beads down. Yes. Well, we haven't had any sugar, and I haven't had any bread that's like bread. I've had like a couple of carb balanced tortillas and some keto burger buns at one point. And like that was it. But I'm feeling so much better is the biggest thing. Because quite frankly, Randy loves me chunky. So I'm not like super worried about just losing weight. It's I wanted to get my health in order. And like the mood swings alone this past week, which should have been a week just rife with mood swings, has been like super chill. And I don't know how much of that is just being like ridiculously happy because Maddie's here, or what. So we'll see. So yeah, some of these. This is another one where there's like, it doesn't look like it, but there's two of them kind of crammed together. Yes, I am using a crimp bead, Rhonda. And I do think I'm going to do a tutorial on this style of bracelet. It's going to be a shorty, but I just want to give you all a video of this project or something similar to it that isn't live stream pixelated blurriness. Because we are under no illusions about the quality of our live streams. Like, we try our best, but it is what it is. And I appreciate y'all so much just being here, hanging out. Is that one? Yeah, that's one. So yeah, getting 3 of the same bracelet, I think that's good. It's a good start. Right on, Sabea. And we're really like, these changes are temporary. Like, whenever I've reached my personal goals, I will be reintroducing potatoes. I will be reintroducing bread, but only bread that I've made at home. Hey, Wish, how's it going? Another little 3mm between the 4mm. But yeah, I love just... Bead stringing was my first love with jewelry. I just wanted to wear rocks on my body. And bead stringing has been like a perfect way of making that happen. And then I was like, ooh, bead caps. And then I was like, ooh, chainmail. And then I was like, ooh, wire wrapping. And now look at us. Yeah, I've always been glad that I've had, I expect more points into personality than looks, but, he seems to like me, so there's no accounting for taste, I suppose. Oh, the larger beads? I don't know. I think they're blue tiger's eye, but I'm not entirely, like, I thought they were serpentine, but then some of them, like this one over here, has this, like, flash in it. They were acquired in, like, a bead trade or something, and it's, they weren't labeled, so who knows. Oh, I like that, Jen. Elijah says, I totally blame you for all this. If you hadn't made that dragon eye bracelet, I wouldn't be totally 50 Shades of obsessed with wire wrapping. sometimes all it takes is just a little push over that edge and down the rabbit hole we go. So I'm convinced, Elijah, if you hadn't slipped down the rabbit hole because of me, you'd have seen somebody else's tutorials and found your way there anyhow. But I am honored to be a part of it. Ooh, goodness, Rhonda. Yeah, that's the boat my dad was in, and it was really hard trying to, because we were so poor then too. I'm not gonna lie, it is expensive not eating carbs. Like, just going like full meat and stuff, like it is so much cheaper to just eat a bag of pasta with butter on it. Like, but I'm treating it like an investment here on the front end. But we were so poor as kids that it's like, Dad put pasta into darn near anything just to make it stretch because there were 6 of us. Ah, right on, Jen. Polymer clay is a lot of fun. Ooh, Cricket says, hanging out doing a mock booth setup as I have a smaller table tomorrow night, vending at a drag show for fun. Ooh, right on. Crafter ADD. Right on, Paige. Same. No, it's a superpower. Because so many of the craftings go, like, so well hand in hand. Where's Witch and Gnome at? I keep seeing people replying to them, but I'm not seeing them. Witch and Gnome, where are you? Ooh! Nancy says, I've had some success in weight loss by making little steamers instead of ramen. Right on. Yeah, Randy and I used to eat way too much ramen. I still save it because it's, like I still have bricks of it because I really like it as a when we're sick. I just love that salty ramen sauce. That just, I don't know, man. Like, none of y'all have to explain to me why you do or don't like ramen, because I probably agree with all of them. Ramen is a complex creature. Ah! I guess I'm pulling a magician's trick. It's only an illusion. Well, hey, Witch and Gnome, I just didn't want you to think I was ignoring you. I'm not that I'm ignoring anyone, but... Hey, Kelly. I don't know what you're talking about, but I see you. Hey, Gary. Yes, ramen with eggs. Like, I think one of our new go-to easy recipes whenever we've reintroduced, like, carbs back a little bit is going to be ramen with, where Randy and I split a brick, cooked with a little bit of miso dissolved in at the end. And, like, either done, like, egg drop or with bits of fried egg cut up in it, or soft-boiled eggs. Okay, so there's those. Now I'm going to come through and just place the little beads. Ooh, yeah, and we just got some, Maddie had because Maddie's been sugar-free, low-carb for, like, almost a year now. So having her in the house to be like, no, go with this cauliflower pizza, which Randy even was like, I'm gonna replace my Tostino's pizzas with this cauliflower pizza because it's delicious, y'all. We dress it up with a little bit more like pepperoni and Canadian bacon and cheese, but the crust is like really good. And just for Randy to be like, yeah, we're getting this from now on, is a huge deal because he doesn't demand much at all, if ever. And ramen, Dr. Pepper, and Tostino pizzas are 3 of the things that it's like, pretty sure he would just live off of them if he were a bachelor. And so for him to willingly be like, yes, I'm replacing one of these with this, it's like, Good grief. Goodness. Ah, Kelly says, hey, I'm cooking a cauliflower pizza. Right on. Right on, Amy. The stevia in the raw has been a game changer too. Because it's like, I know that artificial sweeteners are like still not good for you, but it's going to take them longer to kill me than it is the sugar. So I'm choosing my battles. Because my goal is to just like pretty much cut out sweet stuff entirely. Like anything that I would have to add sweetener to, I'm just not going to add the sweetener to it. Which works out pretty well. I drank some of my coffee black. Like, no cream, no sugar. It put some hair on my chest. Like, I was like, oof. And then I put some of my sugar-free creamer in it because I was like, I'm not ready to be that much of a hairy-chested truck driver right now. Because I don't know why, but in my head, I associate taking your coffee straight with truck drivers. Because my bonus dad, Fred, he drinks, like, I mean, he's on constant tap of this stuff. Just straight coffee. Right on, Kelly. Hey, Iris. Are you eating fruits? Yes. I am eating berries, and like if I'm craving a banana, I'll have a banana. But it's really, I haven't been craving anything because it's like this stuff, which I always thought y'all were a bunch of lying wizards when people are like, no, I didn't even crave anything. I'm like, I know you lying. But no, really. So I haven't really had any cravings. And then, y'all, we made some okay, I have to actually talk to you in your face right now because we made cupcakes. Like they are the Duncan Hines keto. Okay, we're back. I'm gonna flip it around. There we go. Okay. So my face breaks the phone, apparently. So, but Duncan Hines chewy brownie mix made as cupcakes. That way we're not tempted to eat the whole pan. But then for the frosting, all I did was an 8-ounce block of cream cheese with 1.5 teaspoons of stevia in the raw and like a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and then anywhere between 1/4 and 1/2 cup of heavy whipping cream. And I just like smashed that all together and like hand whipped it. And best frosting I've ever had, period. Because I don't really like traditional frosting because it's a bit much, like way too sweet and a little like syrupy consistency. But no, that if you're into cream cheese, that stuff's good. Like I'd put it on anything. So yes, we're back. I'm supposed to type that part. There we go. But yeah, it's been just a lot of fun. And like honestly, I'd go on a gravel diet if Maddie was like, hey, we need to do this. And it'd be fun too, because we'd be hanging out. Peanut powder. I have. I really like that for in like protein shakes. I bet it's good for in baking too. I could put peanut powder into the cream cheese frosting and make peanut butter cream cheese frosting, I bet. Ooh. I'm so worried that I'm going to weigh myself tomorrow and I'm going to be like, I've gained back that whole 6 pounds and then some just because I've been going ham this week. But we'll see. And I'll keep y'all posted in the Monster vlog. So I'm fixing to have the other bracelet. I'm going to have to dig out a few more of these bead caps. Just 2. Ooh. Ooh, goodness. Is there still no peanut butter on the shelves? Because we had stocked up on it doing our practical prepper pantry that I still haven't shot the video of. So I'm trying to figure out now how to do a year prepper pantry of more or less keto style recipes. So we'll see how that goes. But again, I'll keep you all posted. Ah, thanks, Retro. Ooh, what are you talking about? What you know? Drama says cream cheese frosting is the only kind of frosting. It is good stuff. Stevie reminds me of the little balls for the big joba. Ah, I knew it. Ooh, you know, you're right. It does dissolve the way styrofoam melts. Gotcha, Drax. Well, if you don't mind a jar of peanut butter that I've had my hand in, I can send you the one from our cabinet. Right on, Misty. Oh, it was after you got sick. All containers for how far back? Pumpkin bars. Oh, Kim, I tried that. She says try a shot of apple cider vinegar before each meal. Works great for your health and weight loss. Doesn't taste great, so just hold your nose. I've tried it even with holding my nose, and nothing in my life has stimulated my gag reflex as immediately or violently as straight apple cider vinegar. Kit says, did you have your hand in it for a baby? No, it was just for me that time. Gary. Missed opportunity, buddy. Squares of unsweetened Baker's dark chocolate melted, brick of low-fat cream cheese, whipped together, add sweetener. Ooh, vanilla extract or instant coffee for extra flavor. Penny Van. That sounds good. Fudge. We'll have to try that. Eee, right on, Lori. Gary says can't win a malt. That's fair. Okay, so now I'm going to pull out... What the heck did I do with the clasps? Oh, I put them back where they go. That is not like me. So this one needs a clasp. This one needs a clasp. That one, that one, that one, and Penny says sets up just like normal fudge and only takes like 5 minutes to mix up, spread in pan, put in fridge. Do you line the pan with anything? Ooh, right on, Misty. The clasps that I'm using currently are like 9 by 15 millimeter. They're a little large, but honestly, I really like them. Okay. And then, here they are. Ouch. I'm just going to do the crimp beads up at the top here. There's 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Very good. So there was a women's retreat that I would go to each year in high school. I only went for 3 years, but it was really formative for me. It was COW, Celebration of Womanhood, and it was amazing. And in the mornings, some of the women who were like in charge of running the kitchen for the weekend would get this like big industrial coffee pot going, and then they would go Java, 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 and like just these 3 women going in a circle around an industrial coffee pot with like their hands like this going Java, 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 like it was wonderful. I'll remember that for always, I hope. Oh, Lori, you could send a picture to our email address, backtoearthcreations@yahoo.com. Well, I have to check into it and see, like, if there's a time frame or certain barcode numbers, because we've got some peanut butter from, like, 6 months ago that hasn't been opened. Yes, Dana, exactly. pro. You're doing so good. Okay, so now, maybe. I'm still going to pull off about 12 inches just because I do like to have Harry 8 ground coffee. Oh my goodness, Brendan Fraser though. From George of the Jungle and the Mummy series. That was some formative years. Okay. So now I'm gonna take a crimp bead. Oh, and then another metal one from not in the bracelet lineup. And then another crimp bead. Oh, I haven't closed the rings yet. I need to do that first. So I've got those strung. I'm going to set them just like that. There they are. Oh, Kelly. Did you see the ents I commented in the Facebook post? I haven't checked my Facebook. I'm sorry. Right? Yvette? Right? Honestly, I think the biggest thing that I took away from it was being interested in someone with a sense of humor. Because it's like, if they're not funny, I'm not going to take the time. I don't care how cute they are. If they're boring, I just can't help it. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now I'm threading onto that ring. And yeah, oh, I'll have to check that out. Honestly, and this is gonna sound terrible, but I'm not surprised a bit if they're amazing. Everything Witch and Gnome makes is just 10 out of 10. There we go. Got the crimp down. Oh, right on, Witch and Gnome. Thanks, Drex's mom. I'm hoping to make more of those and make a real-time video of it because we have a super fast, like way too fast time lapse of it with no talking from like years ago. But I need to revisit that. Threading a bead, 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 threading a bead. But yeah, so here you can see I've got about this much more of just tail that I just leave in there. And then I always got to make sure that I do put the bead caps on in the correct direction. Doodle-doo, doodle-doo. Oh my gosh, y'all. Okay, so I've been watching the show alone, and I've made it up to, I think, season 5. Ooh. Hey, Organic, I am making some bead strung bracelets. And this one is moss agate and some sort of something pretty. I mean, it can't be tiger's eye because the banding's, I don't know, maybe it is. It's a moss agate and a mystery stone that is very, very pretty. And some little enameled brass toned bead caps. No, you gotta go through the thing. You've got to, mister. Right, Paige? Oh, it's so good. And Maddie watched it with me today, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like, outdoorsy stuff is the absolute last thing that Maddie is interested in. But she was trying to watch her show with, like, her earbuds in, and I kept, like, I just couldn't shut up. I kept just interrupting and, like, talking about, like, drama from previous seasons. Because, like, season 5 is a redemption. So it's people who didn't win from some people who didn't win from previous seasons. And I have never gotten into a reality show like this before, you guys, like ever. So I'm experiencing like extreme reality show excitement of like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, who's gonna win? So no spoilers. And it's so much fun to just watch other people camp. And it honestly, it's made dieting a whole lot easier because if I'm like, man, I really have a hankering for, blah blah blah. And then I'm watching the show where people are like, it's day 70 and they're starving and I'm like, yeah, I'll be fine. I can wait till dinner. Gary. Right? Kelly says, when in the heck is What We Do in the Shadows going to be on again? I am dying. No spoilers, though, just in case other folks haven't watched it. Which, I mean, they totally should, because it's some good stuff. I can understand how that sense of humor is not everyone's cup of tea, though. But it is definitely Randy's cup of tea, and I will watch any show that has him rolling constantly. And it's pretty good stuff. I did, Kelly. The Adam Project with Ryan Reynolds. I cried quite possibly the entire time. Like, it's been, I don't know how long. 21 years. 20 or 21 years since I lost my dad. And this is going to sound really harsh, but I really thought I'd be not over it, but like, because that's a really, like, that's too hard of a way to put it, but I thought I'd have figured out how to carry that weight by now. And some days it's just harder than it's ever been, even after all this time. And watching The Adam Project really just mucked up a bunch of stuff that I really thought I had already worked through, and nope, crying like a just like a fountain, just tears going anime style out of my eyeballs. Gary's like, I didn't cry, my eyes were leaking. It was a good cry though. It was like a healing kind of cry. And y'all, having Maddie here is healing broken, bitter parts of my heart that I had given up on. She's just amazing, y'all. Like, Sabea, yeah. God, it really does feel like sometimes, Sabea, that we are cut from very, very similar bolts of cloth. Because it's like when my dad passed away, I was so busy just being like a shitty teenager. Gary, kids can do that, yeah. I just never thought I'd be so blessed. Like, all of my nieces are fantastic. Yup, 100% Kelly. Stringing a bead, stringing a bead, stringing a bead, stringing a bead. Oh, Anna says, lost my dad in 1989. The grief never goes away. And yes, there are days, moments when it hits me sideways. Hocus pocus the youth out of them. And that's my friend Christina had commented on my vlog, because Maddie's been helping me keep up with vlog comments and stuff as well. My friend Christina was like, you look so much younger now that Maddie's here. Like, she's brought the puppy back out of you. And I just looked at Maddie and I was like, it's because I've been secretly feeding on your youthful energy. And Maddie was like, I suspected that. Like, first thing that popped into her head, she said. So it's delightful. Oh, goodness. From the impression I've gotten, April, you seem to be a really good kind of crazy, though. I keep reminding myself that it's a blessing to get to remember. It's a blessing to get to miss our loved ones, because they were loved. But it's tricky business. Just know however you're feeling, you're not alone. Anna. Gotcha, Sabea. Ooh, Lori says, I've been looking for a link to the plastic kit you use with jump rings. Lolly something, as well as the plastic kit of the multi-sized bronze metal beads you use. Any help? Both of those are linked in, I would show you this hummingbird right now. It's a male red ruby-throated hummingbird drinking out of my bird feeder. Both of those are linked in our most recent crow skull tutorial down in the video description. It's why we sniff babies. Who's been sniffing babies? Oh, that's rough, Anna. There is most definitely an after party tonight. If y'all are signed up for our Happy Crafter Club or a $1 or $5 supporter over on Patreon, be sure to keep an eye out in your email. What's up, buddy? I'm gonna let the dogs out real quick. But yeah, be sure to keep an eye out in your emails, because that's where we will be sending the streaming link for our after party. I will be right back.
Z dog.
Come poop in the yard. Oh, come on, Sam. I'm just stand on the porch. Okay, I'm shutting the door. There he goes. I think Z's upstairs cuddling with Randy. Ooh-wee, just thinking about Randy taking a nap makes me sleepy. Randy is a mythical, unexplainable creature that is rarely seen and heard. If Yvonne believes hard enough, she can sometimes will him into reality. Often bearing gifts of coffee. Oh, my sweet Randy. There we go. This one's breezing by pretty quick. Clap hands for Tink, indeed. I think we need to watch Hook while Maddie's here, because that is a really good movie. The soundtrack alone is like epic. Ooh, right on, Iris. Oh no, Penny. Aw, we'll lie down and get to feeling better. And tell Tony we said hey. It tickles me immensely that you stopped by, even when your body's screaming for a nap. Ah, see, I messed up a little on this one. I need to do a little moss agate bead as well. There we go. Glad I caught that. Okay, so now we will do a crimp bead. Now, specifically, when shopping for crimp beads, I do prefer the ones that are round, if you're able to see. I know it's probably really, really blurry. I don't know how to get the camera to actually focus. Bye, Drax. Have a wonderful evening at work. But the corners, like, it's, the crimp is shaped like a round bead. Okay, gotta go let the dog in.
Oh, yo, yo. Oh, yo, yo.
Oh. Oh.
best kisser. No, you're the best kisser.
Aw, that's nice, Kelly. That's good of you to take care of the critters. Okay, where are we? There we are. Okay, so we have that. I'm going to do another round bead. And then in the second crimp bead. And then I'm going to hook through our ring. Oh, I don't know. Gas is an arm and a leg carry, y'all. I have never been so glad to have our little dinky Mitsubishi Mirage because it gets 40 miles to the gallon. And we've just not been going anywhere. Like, in summers past, we've, like, tried to, like, go on adventures and stuff with Maddie. And this year she was like, can we just, like, stay home and, like, do nothing all summer? And we were like, how are you so perfect? Because most teenagers, like, you know, back when I was a teenager and had teenager friends, like, they get bored and they want entertained and, like, all sorts of stuff. And she's like, maybe we could make some Legos, play some video games, like, answer emails and make inventory. And I'm like, it's perfect. Oof. Wow. No, I think last we were out, it was like 460 something. I mean, we have like a 5 or 10 gallon gas tank. So even at this high, it's still not as bad as it could be, but we'll see how it goes. Y'all hang in there. And we've made a very specific point over the years to not talk about politics of any sort or another. But just know, I would like to take this as an opportunity to say, if anybody, for any reason, wants to cut their subscription or reduce their membership amount or anything like that, don't you dare feel like you need to apologize or explain yourself or anything. Just say, hey, you know, you can send us an email and be like, hey, I need to cancel, and we will hook you up. Like, we don't take it personally. I don't want anybody to feel obligated. Like, you take care of you first. That is the best way y'all can be helpful to us, is make sure that you're doing good. That way you can have time, you know, to, in mental capacity, like kind of the brain space to sit down and relax and craft. That's my biggest priority. Randy and I will hustle and do our thing and keep our ends, you know, met and everything, but I need you guys to take care of you first. So I just need you to know that. So now, that also being said, if anybody wants to sign up for our $1 club and join us for the after party, that's tremendously appreciated. But yeah. Gary says the minion would kill me if she wasn't getting her box. Right on. Well, ask her to please not take you out, Gary. Okay, so we go through, do the smush with the crimp beads. Y'all are the greatest. And snip that. I've moved the trash can to a different location, and the only thing that succeeded in is me just throwing stuff directly onto the floor where the trash can used to be. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Misty says, love my box. Hee. And Paige says, I loved my first box last month. Looking forward to the next one. Right on. Aw. Gary says she does a happy dance every month it comes. That is priceless. Dude, I hear you. Ooh, right on. Retro Gaming says, I was thinking of signing my wife up for the Happy Crafter Club. That'd be awesome. Something I'm really, I'm trying to, like, get my ducks in a row to... Hey, Maddie.
Hey.
How's Uncle Randy doing?
I had to tell him to stop talking because he kept hurting himself.
Who's he talking to?
Himself.
Why is he doing this?
I don't know.
What's he saying?
Oh, he's playing the new Pokemon game. Where it's
Oh,
like Smite.
I'm so glad he's playing video games.
Yeah.
He's got I'm gonna have to like put like a sock in his mouth and like duct tape over it so he won't talk though.
But it just was like, oh, and this does this. Oh, that's cool. This is
Is it because you were in the room next to him, do
I
you
don't
think?
know.
Or
But
sometimes I want to just put a baby monitor next to him and
see if
just
he
see.
talks to himself.
Because I think he does. And he'll do this really cute thing where, like, he'll say a joke. Like, even if he's just talking to himself, he'll say a joke and then go, like, hee hee hee, and whisper it to himself and then laugh again. I think he was left alone too much as a child.
I did the same thing.
Well, it's fair. But I love it. It's adorable.
Dun, dun.
Oh, well, thank you. Maddie's making pork chops and black beans and green beans. Is it prime bean time?
It is
Nice.
prime crimping time.
Prime green bean time. But how amazing is this, you guys? I'm going to eat some pork chops. But yeah, holler if you need anything.
Cool.
So,
I was thinking you cook all 8 of them
mhm.
at 400 for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, because you can always cook it for a little longer. What if we cook them mostly in the oven and then finish them in the air fryer?
We could.
No, they'll probably be
It's a
fine
lot
just
of
the
work,
oven.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just literally whatever you want to do. No snorting the green beans. That's fair. Putting Maddie to work. She actually she did dishes. I didn't even ask her to do dishes, but I think I don't know. I do bitch about doing dishes literally every time I do dishes. It's just part of the process, and I think she like was like, "Okay, I'll do dishes." But she did a good job. And I didn't have to wash them, and that was fantastic. And then she was like, "Well, I can cook dinner." And I was like, "All right." And she made like 70 pairs of earrings. This is amazing. I see the cost going up, but I realize the kit. Oh no, what's happening, Elijah? Oh, geez, man. We updated your shipping. We'll have to take a look because if your kits haven't been making it to you, we can send you replacements or refund for the months that they haven't arrived. I'm sorry, man. Anna, is Maddie available to be cloned? I don't know how she feels about that. I cannot speak on her behalf. Ooh, Pammy Joe. 40th anniversary. What are y'all going to see? No, I hope she treads better than me. Keep the brush she uses. Ooh, right on, Paige. Squarish jump rings. Ooh, right on. Yeah, let's get something figured out, Elijah. I'm so sorry for that. Right? That's not the right ring size. And I kind of like it with just the 4. We're always here for the real replay, Pammy Joe. The Inquisition, so much fun. The Inquisition. Dun, dun. Oof. Okay. Right? How goes it, Critter?
Are these it?
Yes. There's 10. That's perfect. Yes. Because I'll probably eat 2. Randy will probably eat 2. Or 3.
Yeah.
Do you think that's enough?
For us?
Yeah.
Yes. I thought about maybe doing broccoli as well. It's kind of. Is that too loud? That is too. Are you sure?
No, I think if they can hear it over the fan and when the air conditioner kicks on, I'll be impressed.
Okay.
So you're good.
Cool. All right. I'm gonna continue making din then.
That sounds awesome. Do do do. Ooh. Glow in the dark. Which reminds me, I need to cast more moons tonight. That way, because tomorrow is moon cleanup day. I'll be sitting probably on the front porch with my respirator on and a bin of water and in my Dremel cleaning up a whole bunch of what you call them, resin cast moons. Trying to zoom this out. There we go. Okay. Last bracelet. Maddie really is a sweetie. She can get a little sassy sometimes, but it's never unreasonable. Oh no, Pro. It's always something though, isn't it, man? Somebody just flushed the toilet upstairs again. Ooh, we might be doing some after party moon casting. We'll have to see. It's 6:40. I may finish this bracelet and get moved over there. Here in the mainstream. Just threaded those on. Ooh, I really like that. We need to get molds cleaned first off before we can do a whole lot more with the frit molds, and I think that's where I'm gonna pull off those koi style that you've been talking about, Kelly, because I do really want to do them. There we go. Trying to substitute with what I have on hand. Let's see. This stuff is 0.46 of a millimeter, so it almost half a millimeter in thickness. So let me see. If I were my little paper that I keep losing, gone. Come on, girl, get your life together. Oh, it's because it's under stuff. I don't know. 20 gauge is 0.9. So I'd say it's maybe a 26 or 24 gauge is what it feels like. Or 28, I don't know, I'm just making up numbers at this point. Okay. So now we just start threading beads. Honestly, the bead caps are probably like the most time-consuming part of this because they're so thin that it's tricky for me to like pick up. But I'll get the hang of it. Okay, it's going to be loud, but I've got to point the fan at myself again. It's getting quite warm. There we go. So you're just going to hear a slight rush of the wind over the camera's microphone. Well, my phone's microphone. Yeah, usually if I need to make jewelry and I don't have beading wire, I just use like 20 gauge or 18 gauge and make links and then splice them in together. It's a little bit more work, but it helps get the drape and flexibility that I look for in a necklace. I'm using 4mm and 6mm gemstone beads, and then the little metal beads that I'm putting in between are 3mm from a Lolly Beads kit that I get on Amazon. And I just make sure that the little bit of tail wire is re-threaded back through the other beads. Yeah. Well, it's whenever my hands hurt from existing or doing all of the other crafts that we do, I like bead stringing. Will you make more honeycomb donut cabs? Ooh, I want to. Again, it's a matter of we've been waiting for it to not be so humid so that we can be outside and clean them. I've been considering Harbor Freight has for like $100. They've got this sandblasting rig, and I was thinking about it, and I don't know what kind of effect that would have on the ceramic molds, but I was talking to Randy about it, and I was like, if we could just put our hands into the gloves and like put the molds in there and then just sandblast them to get the boron nitride lubricant removed, that would be so cool instead of having to burn through all of these Dremel tips and all sorts of stuff. But I don't know if I don't know anything about sandblasting stuff. I don't know if there's a way to gently sandblast something, if that makes sense. Like, hey, Pro and Gary, y'all typically know a bunch of stuff about things. Do y'all have any advice on this? Or anyone else too, also. I just know that those are usually my two go-tos for whenever I've got fancy machinery questions. Witchenham says, I love the look of beading, but seed beading does become a bit much at times, but I can't stop making trees, right? Woo! Sabaya crickets. Gary says, there is different media you can get for a softer blast. That'd be awesome. Because I just need to kind of gently scour the surface of the ceramic without deteriorating the ceramic. It looks like there's going to be some rain. That'd be awesome. Now that our water heater's in a bucket, it can rain all at once. As long as it doesn't leak in through the kitchen cabinets again. Oof. Kind of just want to get a big old tarp and put it over the top of my house. That's not jank at all. Right on. Honestly, I could probably Google it, but I prefer asking y'all. So I need y'all to know I don't get mad a bit whenever y'all send us an email and I'm like, let me Google that for you. Just because just having the information go through the filter of someone who already kind of has a reasonable idea of what they're doing. Because it's like I've Googled stuff that I have no idea about, and it's just overwhelming information, and I don't know what is pertinent. So, yeah. Vaughn asked, do you get credit for the link you shared from the Ring Lord? No, I'm not an affiliate. As far as I'm aware, I don't even think the Ring Lord has an affiliate program. And if they do, I'm not part of it. But the only links that we get that we are affiliates for is Amazon. But also I shop through Amazon primarily. So beep boop. Just because some of the stuff, like even the Keto Chow shakes that we have, I could order it from the Keto Chow website, but it gets here about 4 or 5 days faster if I order it via Amazon. So Gary says, most of my job is translating tech stuff to normal human English speak. You get me, Gary. Lots of houses here still have tarps from Hurricane Ida, and that was almost a year ago. Right on. Ooh. Where did that bead go? Uh-oh. Where are you? I am trying to remove, it's a product called Zip. It's boron nitride, and it sprays on as a lubricant. That bead just vanished. Okay. Renegade bead, right? But, it's a very slippery material. It keeps the glass from fusing. Hello, hummingbird. That one was the lady hummingbird. I think she has a boo. Yeah, the boron nitride does a really good job, even in high temperatures, of keeping the glass from sticking to the ceramic molds. But it's a mess to try to remove. Donna, I got the bead caps from, they are 4x1 scallop bead caps on Fire Mountain Gems. Those would be the search terms that I would search if I were looking for more. Yes, the hummingbirds came back a few days ago. The activity. You know what really influenced their return to the front yard was I refilled the suet block. And so now the grackles and cardinals are back in the front yard again, and the hummingbirds came with them. Ooh, she drinking out of the other feeder. Oh, that makes me so happy. And the latania's blooming again. All is right in my world this day, and I'm glad to share it with you guys. I still can't believe, one time, y'all, I saw 3 hummingbirds at once, and that's still, like, at least in the top 10 magical moments of my entire life. Like, it was amazing. Oh, no, Kelly. Iris is tunnel vision. Yeah, I don't know where that bead went, though. Oh, there it is. Boop. Found it. Thank you, Onomatopoeia. Okay. So there's that. And now I do a crimp bead. And then a metal bead. And another crimp bead. And then the little link. Oh goodness, Kelly. And then I'm going to rethread back through as much as I can. Or about an inch, really. Because if you rethread a little too much, like, it can get quite stiff. And I don't want the nice drape of my bracelet to be too stiff. Okay. So there's that. And now I'm going to grab the little end here, and I'm going to pull. And then I'm going to grab right here, and I'm going to pull down. And I just want to make sure that the rest of the bracelet is nice and snug. Then I'm going to grab here, pull that down, tight but not too tight. And again, for the, I use the kidney bean side first, and then the round one. And then I'm going to do this inside bead. Bump. And you can kind of see, oh, some of the plating flakes off, I guess is what's happening. Still looks silver though. But I don't know if you can kind of see, it's blurry, but there's that difference, that dimple in the center that makes like a little bit of a mouth, like a Pac-Man mouth. And so I turn it, and I want that Pac-Man to close his mouth. Boop. So yeah, I think I'll do a video specifically on crimp, just practicing with different crimp beads and crimp covers. If y'all think that might be helpful to you. So I've snipped that, and then I do like to tuck that last little bit just inside another bead so that there's nothing poking out. I don't know what she's doing in there, but it smells good. Yeah, we order everything through Randy's account, and he has Amazon Prime. There's that one. These bracelets I've made to 7.5 inches with the clasp, but not including the extender chain. So the 1 inch of extender chain brings it up to 8.5. And then, if we were doing custom orders, we would make them, you know, whatever length people wanted. But for just in the booth, this is what we do. And we are like desperate to get booth inventory cranked up. So there are 1, 2, and 3 bracelets. And I just love the way they look, you guys. Like, I don't wear nearly enough jewelry. Like, I kind of want... That's pretty. What? Happiness is a smooth bottom is the name of a PDF I found on the topic. I mean, they're not wrong, though, Gary. Yeah, right, Misty? Okay, so those are set like that. Let's see if we can move the camera over to the molding area. Give me just a sec. Ooh, that would be cool with a 3-strand clasp. Now, for me to move the camera, I have to be like super slow and gentle with it. Unplug it. Let's see what our charge is at. 64, that's not so bad. Okay, I've taken it out of... And we're gonna walk over this way. Nice and slow so we don't crash the stream. And then we'll move this over this way. There's our tripod. Ooh. The beads that we were using are, I think, a blue tiger's eye and moss agate, which is like, it has some that are dark green, some that are light green, some that have slightly a labradorite greenish gray tinge to them. What's up, Maddie? I'm just running amok. We're gonna do some casting in the after party, so figure I can go ahead. Oh. I don't know what you're doing in there, but it smells good. Maddie and I just crab people at each other, and it made me very, very happy. Okay. Ooh, what's this? Okay. So this one I think is just plain black. Ooh, that's pretty though, isn't it? So these are all the moons that we have so far that need cleaned. And then, ooh, so pretty. I like that one as well. Okay, there's that. Pretty please the focus button or whatever, because it's coming through crispy clean over on my tablet. And we're doing a bunch of moons into this week's shop update. Like, I did all of these ones in like the same color because it's one that I'm gonna save like 10 of them for me for booth production. I'm gonna need a bigger box. Oh, I got a shoe bin right here. Moons! So I'm saving a lot of these for me, for our own booth production, but we are doing a whole mess of them on the website as well, because we just haven't been able to keep them in stock past day one. And that's a fantastic problem to have, but it's also, I kind of need to, I know that that's got to be frustrating for the folks who come to our page to shop like late in the day on Monday or even on Tuesday, and like they're looking for moons and they're not there. So I've been busting. We finally got like 6 cases of resin in, so I should be able to get quite a few made. But I cast them, and then I have to go through with a Dremel and clean up all of these edges because I'm absolute rubbish at making molds. Oh, that one came out nice and clean though. So there's that. And now we have, oh, I don't think I'm gonna be able to fit them in there because they're too small. But oh, those look so cool glowing. Moons. Like, this is terrible. Oh no. Oh, I don't know if we'll be able to produce enough to be able to send them out in the booty boxes. But that would be really cool. So we're producing horns for in our booth as well. at Dragon because we have the spirit gum. Oh, look at that, y'all. The color shift on that. That is so cool. Oh my gosh. Okay, so there's one. And with these ones, we're going to have to fix the belt sander because we go through, clean up the bottoms on the belt sander, and then we set them on like a Lazy Susan, and I use my airbrush to, like, I spin the Lazy Susan and use the airbrush to paint the bottoms. Though the cord on the airbrush has deteriorated. Wow, that's just so pretty. I love that. Oof. There we go. And I put them in a tray like this, that way the pairs stay matched to each other. But that is just, I mean, that color shift is so wicked cool. Like, Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to fit two. I don't know, maybe yeah, we can fit two if they're smaller ones. This is not a smaller one. Okay. That'll fit. Oof. Come on, get out of there. Hey, there we go. Oh my gosh. It's so pretty. Man, if we could get some of that solar color dust or whatever that like changes light in the sun, because all of these ones glow, which is just super cool. Ooh, or even some temperature ones, temperature changing. I bet that'd be amazing. Right on, Amy. I'll try to get some added to the shop. So we had Maddie and Izzy here on Monday, and I think that's actually like the perfect number of employees that we need. Is just having the two of them here. Uh-oh, my tape fell off. Yeah, okay. And leaked on the table a little bit. I need to do like a silicone patch right there. Okay, so it is 7 o'clock. Let me see if I can bring this down. Hey, Mama Salty. These are little horns that we glue onto our noggins and then sell them for $10 a pair on our website and in our booth at DragonCon. Izzy is one of our local friends with Izzy's Rabbitry, who she's a young lady that we're friends with her parents. She's been house sitting for us for years, and she was our first employee, and she comes in and helps us ship on Mondays. Kelly says you mean 15 a pair, possibly. I don't know. That's a Randy question, but good point, Kelly. Oh, but okay, so it's 7. We are going to have to go to not a we're going to end the live stream, and then we will have our after party from 7:30 until around 9. We might go a little longer. We'll see what's happening. And if y'all would like to join us for that, you can join our Happy Crafter Club for $1 or up. You can join our Patreon at the $1 or $5 level. There should be links for that down below. If not, you can feel free to check out our website, backtoearthcreations.com, and there's more info there. You can also always send us an email, and we'll try to be helpful to you that way. But if you've joined, you'll get an email that has, like, we send it out at 7:30, hopefully, if I'm on time. We send out an email at 7:30 to all of our Happy Crafter Club members, and that will have the streaming link, but you can also check Patreon, like our Patreon page. If you're a supporter over there, the link will be posted there. And we post it to our members only streams that if you're a member, you have the login access to that, and that's on our website as well. So again, if you have any questions, just send us an email and we'll try our best to be helpful to you. But until then, you guys, I will see y'all next time. So happy crafting. Mwah! Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. Bye guys.